Welcome to Vinnies Talk. Welcome you guys, man, to the Friday night hangout. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Kiely Rodni case. Still covering the Kiely Rodni case. A lot of unanswered questions. And I'm still wondering why the hell didn't they have sheriffs or security down by Prosser and even down by the sanctuary where all the kids supposedly were hanging out, right? But we're gonna get back to that. Welcome you guys to this video. You know, it's we're towards the end of October 28th, man. Wow, October 28th, year coming up. It's gonna be Halloween soon. Get your candy. Get your candy. What does everybody like to eat? Gummy bears, Kit Kats, Crunch Bars, Starburst, any licorice. Maybe you guys don't like candy. Maybe you like something else. I don't know. But you know, we have the New Year coming up. We have Thanksgiving. It's funny when I be going to the store sometimes, and when I went to the store the other day, when I went to the hardware, this is a hardware store that I went to. They already had Christmas trees up, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. So what? Go figure, man. What's going on, guys? You're going to have Christmas trees and all the Christmas stuff up before Thanksgiving. Just like they do with the Christmas music. They put all the Christmas music up. But anyways, without further ado, man, let's get right into this cast. Into Vinnies Talk, right? First, I want to talk more about the Kiely Rodni case, right? You know, there's just so many things that we don't know. We don't know a lot of things because the law enforcement doesn't care to share these things with us. So all they want to tell us is that the answer and definitive and that her death was ruled a drowning by accident, and this is all they seem to know from the Sheriff Mood. She doesn't well, they don't want to share the investigative side because they don't want to put in the work. Because the Truckee way means covering things up, right? Covering this shit up. I really don't understand the whole point of covering things up. And if it truly is a cover up, it's pretty fucked up. I don't think that's the way they do things in all California, but it sure as hell feels that way. A lot of people watch these videos and they see the way that Sammy Smith was acting in, you know, her interviews and how she came off as, you know, telling her side of the story and saying that, you know, she was with Kiely most of the night, actually majority of the night, that she said that I was getting a ride. She said that she was getting a ride from Kiely, but she had to find another ride. What is that? Does that like shake up? Does that ring a bell? Does that make you question? What do you mean by that, Kyle? Or what do you mean by that, Sammy? You mean that you were supposed to get a ride from Kiely and now you're not going to get a ride because you supposedly, maybe you got into a little scruff, maybe you got into a little argument. Care to share? No, she didn't share with us. None of the kids shared any of the stuff that happened at Prosser, at the sanctuary. There was no sheriffs. There was no security there. We got the autopsy report. The autopsy says there was no water in the lungs. We had specialists. We heard specialists say, well, you don't really need to hear that. That doesn't need to be water in the lungs, but you know, it's still an accident. But all signs point to no accident for me. But that's just my opinion. I go with facts. Facts don't say that it's an accident. But according to law enforcement in Truckee and Nevada County, according to them, it wasn't ruled an accident. We don't get a proper press conference indefinitely to tell us actually what went down that night. To be like, this is look, it's unfortunate, this is what happened. No, we didn't get none of that. So this is why people of the YouTube community and why everybody's speaking out about this. How dare them say, oh, this death was ruled an accident by drowning. But I understand, because there's so many freaking stones that weren't unturned to say that there was all these videos, to say that there was all this evidence to say that blah blah blah, to say that it was ruled an accident. But what evidence points that to was an accident? Was she strapped in the front of the vehicle? Did they have evidence of her being in of being inside the front of the vehicle in the driver's seat? Like, how did she get all the way in the hatch of the vehicle? Why was there a strap hanging out of the back? And why didn't they take the precautions to carefully remove the vehicle from the water when Adventures with a Purpose found it, and they turned it back to law enforcement, and law enforcement like lifted her car up like all crazy and damaged evidence? Should they put and handled evidence with more care? Because they really flopped this one. If you ask me, guys, they really flopped this one. This is why I believe so much things that had happened that we don't know, that we probably will never know, right? But we seek this justice for Kiely. And we won't stop fighting. People out there won't stop fighting for her. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just amazed at that. I wanted to say that, you know, when we go down to a national forest, the Tahoe community, not just Lake Tahoe, not just, you know, Prosser, and all these places in beautiful Truckee, California, the Truckee way. There's got to be some type of security. There has to be some type of law enforcement that's just securing the area, so it would make people feel safe. Now, some people don't feel safe around law enforcement. Some people don't trust law enforcement, right? But I really do believe this big party, supposedly all these people that were at this party. Now, I don't know if there was this big party like they say there were, because, you know, there was a lot of things that were said that night that really I have question about, that I believe maybe didn't happen. Just like Sammy Smith had said, I was doing this. I was peeing with Kiely. I was doing other things there. Kiely was supposed to be my ride home, but then I went to go look for another ride, and, you know, she was my best friend. But yes, Samantha Smith didn't look out for her. A lot of YouTubers out there say and believe that Sammy Smith has something to do with this murder. Allegedly. And this is just my opinion, because I believe it was a murder. I don't believe it was an accident by drowning. No way. And why would the police enforcement, the law enforcement say, no, ADP, don't go search there. Don't go search 55 feet off the shoreline. We know where the fucking car is at, so don't go search there. How many man hours does it take for law enforcement to take with all their equipment, and hours and thousands of hours, and you still come up empty? I guess those are the questions that we need the answers to, because you can't tell me that a whole service of men and women, or whoever the hell was out there, goes into a big national forest or campground or Prosser, whatever you want to call it, and come up empty, and then, you know, some YouTube group just comes out of nowhere and they just find Kiely in her car, and they turn it over to the law enforcement. And do they sign an agreement and say, hey, you can't say this, you can't say that, but yet they come out and say that this looks like foul play? But then we don't get answers. We don't get a proper fucking press conference and all this other jazz and all this other shit. We have to think about these kind of things. That's why the justice isn't set, isn't play. We still need it. Will we ever get it? I believe if we keep fighting for justice, it may lurk and we may get it. But, you know, it's very hard because we have a team of people that don't talk, right? The team of people I'm talking about are the kids, the teenagers at the party. For all these kids, supposedly all these people that were at this party, whether it was adults, kids, we don't know. We weren't there. I wasn't there. This campground is relatively very large. There's a lot of dark ass roads, man. A lot of trees, a lot of pine trees. When you live in a community of a mountain town, you got to think about this, guys. People that live in the city live a lot different than they live in a small knit mountain town, Truckee, California, Tahoe, whatever you want to call it. These are little villages and shit that people live in. People know everybody's business. People chatterbox, man. People got, and everybody is, they don't want to see anything get out, right? So they try to keep things a secret. And if they know something, you best believe they're gonna not talk about that shit because they don't want to make the town look bad, or they don't want to make themselves look bad. I believe there's a lot of covering up involved in this case. And it's sad because a 16-year-old girl did lose her life. Whatever the case may be, whatever the outcome was, right? But I just can't believe the proper investigating wasn't there. We didn't get the answers we truly deserve. Because was it really investigated properly from the start? I don't believe it was. And it's not, like I said before, man, it's not like YouTubers are out here asking for, YouTubers are not out here asking for, like, we wanted it to be foul play. This is why we say it's foul play. But if you look deep enough into the evidence presented, then you will see why we look at it this way. You want to play the narrative like it's a fucking accident. You want to feed into the narrative like this is what happened and this is how you want to play it up to be. But the evidence doesn't support or back up what that supports. You know what I mean? So you can take that report and stick it up your motherfucking ass. For real, man. Just like Homeboy said. No, it's a damn truth, man. And whether or not people want to believe me, I mean, we're very passionate. People on YouTube are very passionate. I'm going to tell you like it is. The Truckee way, and how they don't want their secrets and all this other stuff to get out, and how they run their... I really don't understand that whole fucking mountain style of life. I love the mountains, but that's a knit tight community. Believe this, guys. When you go to a new spot, a new traveling location, a new place, and you're not really familiar how they run their towns. People run their town. The government runs their town a lot differently than they run certain towns in certain areas, especially in the rural areas, in the mountains. And the mountains are beautiful. Beautiful. But they're run by certain different type of people, right? And another thing that gets me is just learning about certain things that had happened involved in this case. Just like the turning off of the phone and when the freaking phone went off. Comparing that evidence to what had Kiely's best friend, Samantha Smith. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a really best friend. Come on, y'all. You can't really tell me she was her best friend. She was just a friend of me. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Smith. I talked to her at 12:36, she said. Law enforcement says Kiely's phone went off at 12:30. So you tell me which one you believe, because I don't believe none of that. How her car goes into the water and releasing of the fire cam videos in Prosser or Tahoe National Forest or whatever you want to call the community there. Right after they release and show the different arrows, and I'm not saying arrows, I'm saying like the cars and the headlights and all this shit you could see, and we at the exact time the car goes into the water and all this other jazz. We don't really know exactly because we didn't see it with our own two eyes. We seen a light go into the water. We didn't physically see the fucking car go into the water though, or our SUV go into the water. And if it did go into the water, I didn't see that shit. And if she, in fact, went into the water, we don't know who drove her. Did she drive herself? Because think of it. If she really drove herself, wouldn't she be seatbelted in or at least in the front seat? How the fuck did she get all the way in the back? I mean, these are the questions everybody has to ask. The level of toxic in her blood, the level of, THC. Supposedly she had marijuana in her system. But if she had marijuana in her system, that wouldn't make her drive into the motherfucking water. I know if I'm smoked out and I'm high, I ain't driving into no damn water. She said to have alcohol, like a very little bit of alcohol. They're very under the limit, though. The evidence of alcohol that was found in her body, and this could have been genuinely of decomposition of her body being in the water this long. I mean, her body was in the water for a very long time. What's a very long time, Vinny? Well, it seems they didn't locate her body for like 14 days, right? 2 weeks or some shit like that. Oh, they put all these man hours in. But can't give us a proper investigation, and a proper press conference to tell us indefinitely. Unfortunately, this is what had happened, and the facts are the facts. No. Back up. They can't tell us that because they didn't investigate this properly. And the law enforcement, I'm sorry, but this is just my opinions, and I'm allowed to have that. These are just my opinions, right? Whoops. But yeah. A lot of people don't know this, but people that don't go hiking, right? And I'm going to tell you this just like it is, because I'm a wilderness guy. I'm a wild man. You know, I'm a hiker. I'm an adventurous myself. You guys know that from my hiking videos and all my videos I put on my YouTube, whatever. It gets dark at night. In a national forest, in a state park, there's lots of trees. And if there's water, the water is pitch black. You can't even see water in front of you if you're close to it. I mean, you might be able to see if there's lights, but it's very kind of hard. The only way that I could see Kiely's car going into that water is if she truly, I mean, honestly, she had to be like out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like totally out of it. And all this liquor that her friends were saying that she was drunk, she was stumbling. So if she was truly intoxicated this much and had all this liquor and whatnot, then why didn't it show on that report? All does it show that she tested for a little bit over the limit? Why didn't she show that she was obliterated? And you know, Kiely knew this area. She knew the back roads. She knew this Prosser campground. She knew the roads and shit like that. I believe there's some shit that is not, that we don't know. And I'm saying, like, there's setting. I feel like, dude, there is indefinitely, it seems like a damn cover up. And that report is bogus, if you ask me. That's just my motherfucking opinion, right, guys? Bubba. And I'm going to speak from the heart. You know? It's dark out there, but I mean, dude, compared to someone who actually, you know, goes hiking, and if you know a particular spot that you know, like you've been out there before, like I know a spot that I go to and I know like the back of my motherfucking hand. Am I gonna drive right into the motherfucking lake, even if I smoke some shit, if I smoke some weed, a blunt? I ain't driving into the water, y'all. So we deserve that justice, that proper justification, man, for Kiely. You know, it's just a lot of different opinions out there on YouTube. I respect everybody's YouTube, all the creators, but it's the YouTubers who truly bring light to this case, because it's definitely it's a tough one, right? And that's one girl I do not trust, is Sammy Smith, man. You guys could say that she's this, you guys could say that she's that. I try to listen to her. I try to understand her, but it's really hard. You know, it's really hard to understand someone when they're pausing and they're not making clear sense. I mean, sometimes I don't make sense either, but I'm not like that. I'm not sketchy like that. I mean, if she truly, think about it, guys, you got best friends out. We got best friends. We got friends. We would not leave your friend behind. No friend left behind, no matter what. Shit, even a motherfucker I don't know, and I would go to the party with you. You know what I'm saying? I would make sure you be all right. Make sure you get home all right. Make sure you get home safe. But she didn't do that. So right there and then, that just shows me that this ain't a real friend, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? But yeah, man, I just wanted to come up on here, talk a little bit about Miss Rodney, Kiely, Rodni, and the Truckee Way. It's a mountain town. Just because you live in the mountains don't mean every town has to live like mountain town. Everybody's in everybody's business. Because when I went to Arizona, it was beautiful mountain town there. Every mountain town has a different style of how they conduct themselves. Though I feel like just like the city, you know, the city people. But I feel like the city is more nit tuck. It's not like it's more open, not nit tuck. But it's like everybody's too fast paced in the city. Everybody's on the go. Everybody's just in the country. You just like a fucking, I don't know. It's a lot different, but country people are different, man. The country people are the most motherfucking realest people. But I don't know about the Truckee Way. But yeah, guys. I appreciate all you guys, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It's Vinnies Talk. Vinny D, the Young Wolf, man. Y'all know what time it is. Just on another one, you know, talking true crime. Talking justice for Kiely, the importance of it. So, you know, keep spreading that awareness. Shout out to everybody up there, man. Covering this case is very important. Keep covering it. Keep talking about it. The more we have people talking about it, the more better it'll be. So, anyways, until the next time, y'all. Peace out, man. Justice for Kiely. Peace.